there are, though, these concerns about a new variant first identified in India. How concerned are you, and are you prepared to slow things down again if necessary?
Well, if necessary, of course, we have to do that, but I fervently hope it won't be necessary. We're making good progress here. Case numbers are falling. The vaccination rollout is going exceptionally well. But the big risk we face, not just in Scotland, but across the UK right now, is the importation of new variants of the virus, variants that might be faster spreading, that might be more severe, and crucially, variants that might undermine the efficacy of the vaccine. So we've got to be very careful about that, which is why I think one of the restrictions we're all going to have to live with for longer is a restriction on international travel. In Scotland, we insist that people quarantine in managed isolation wherever in the world they come to if they come directly into Scotland. And we continue to try to persuade the UK government to take a similar approach, because we mustn't allow the progress we're making domestically to be undermined by too lax a position on international travel. It's very difficult for the sector, and it's really important that governments support it as we try to continue to protect ourselves against the virus.
We spoke to George Eustace a bit earlier on the programme. He said that at the moment there doesn't seem to be evidence that the variant first found in India is more contagious or that it evades the vaccine. Is that your understanding as well?
So far, that would be my understanding. It is at the moment a variant of interest as opposed to a variant of concern. But I think the thing we've got to recognise about COVID is that it is mutating, and we're seeing new variants appear in different parts of the world. The variant, of course, that has caused us in Scotland and other parts of the UK the most problem over the last few months is the Kent variant, the one that led us all into lockdown again over Christmas and into the early part of this year. So we don't know where the variants of real concern are going to come from, which is why an approach to international travel that tries to categorise risk, with some countries categorised as red list countries and other countries deemed to be safer, I think poses a risk, because none of us know right now where the next variant that might be really problematic is going to occur, which is why, unfortunately, and I take no pleasure in saying this because it's really difficult for the aviation sector, airports, tourism, we've got to be very careful as we continue to suppress things at home. We've got to be careful we don't allow it to be reseeded with more dangerous variants from elsewhere. I mean, if I look back to last summer, the later part of last summer, as we came out of the first lockdown, we almost eliminated the strains that were circulating within Scotland here, but we probably opened up international travel too quickly. So we allowed the virus to reseed into our domestic population. And I think it's important we try as hard as we can to avoid that in the weeks and months ahead.